Hello students, today I will discuss chapter number 8 of science. The name of the chapter is Water, the Wonder Liquid. In our last chapter we have done the similar type of chapter related to water and the various forms of water. So keeping in mind those concepts, we have to move ahead in this chapter, as we have been given to understand that water is liquid at room temperature. As all of you know that water is liquid at room temperature. What does room temperature means? The room temperature means the temperature in which you are in right now. That is called the room temperature. So water is liquid at room temperature. So always we can find water in its liquid state. In which state it should be in at room temperature? Water is always at liquid state in room temperature. Solid when frozen and gas when it is water vapor. So solid form of water is called ice, and the gaseous form of water is called water vapor. After air, water is the second most important thing for life on earth. Can you name the second most important thing for life on our earth? That means you have to answer that water is the second most important thing for life on our earth. We drink water, we bathe with it, clean with it, and cook with it. So, you have gone through the various uses of water. How do we use water in our daily life? These are the things you are familiar with it. So, I think there is no need to explain the uses of water. All of you know the various uses of water. Try to practice it at your home. Try to find out some other uses of water. Plants and animals cannot live without water. So, whether it is plants or animals, both of them can't live without water. So, this is an important sentence. You have to keep it in mind that plants and animals cannot live without water. We can survive for few days, but it will not be possible for us to live without water. Next, we have to discuss the various properties of water. So, from here onwards, you have to get into the details of this chapter. That means the properties of water. What are the various properties water consists of? So, the first one is water has mass and occupies space. I hope this word mass is very much clear to you, as we have discussed this particular word in our last chapter. If you can't remember that thing, it will be my humble request to all of you to go through the meaning of these words properly, because it is going to play an important role in science. So, water has mass and it occupies space. Water has mass and occupies space. If I have to explain it in simple terms or in Hindi, I should do it like this, that पानी का वज़न होता है और पानी एक जगह लेता है. Next one is water does not have a definite shape. As you know that liquid don't have a definite shape, and water is an example of liquid state. So water don't have a definite shape. It takes the shape of the container it is put into. It takes the shape of the container it is put into. The third one is a fixed quantity of water takes the same amount of space no matter how big or small the container is. If the sentence is not clear on the first reading, try to read the sentence as many times as you can so that the concept of the sentence should be clear in your mind. Let me again read the sentence that a fixed quantity of water takes the same amount of space no matter how big or small the container is. अगर हम मान ले कि हमारे पास 5 लीटर पानी है तो हमें उस पानी को रखने के लिए एक जगह चाहिए, जिसके लिए जैसे हमने पढ़ा था पानी को एक निर्दिष्ट स्थान चाहिए होता है, एक जगह चाहिए होता है रहने के लिए. तो इसमें इस बात का कोई महत्व नहीं है कि वो किस कंटेनर में है या किस बाल्टी में है, वो बाल्टी बहुत बड़ा है कि छोटा है. तो 5 लीटर का पानी एक 5 लीटर के कैपेसिटी वाले कंटेनर में ही हम रख पाएंगे. 5 लीटर या उससे अबव हम उससे कम के जगह में हम उसको नहीं रख सकते. Next few experiments are there. You have to do few experiments at your home. So these are the simple experiments which you can easily do it at your home. So the first experiment is based on the property of water has mass. Let us go through the aim of that experiment. What is the aim of that experiment? The aim is to show that water has mass. We have to show that water has mass through our demonstration, through some simple experiment. What are the things we need to perform that experiment? 2 empty glasses of the same size and mass and water. So 2 empty glasses we need of same size and mass. If you take glass which is made up of glass, so both of them must be made up of glass. If it is a stainless steel glass, then both of them has to be a stainless steel glass of same size and mass, and we need water for that. Method: hold the glass in your both hands. They are equally heavy as their masses are same. Now we have to pour water into one of the glass. Now which glass is heavier? Now which glass is heavier and why? The glass with water is heavier because it has water in it. This shows that water has mass. What does it show? It will show that water has mass. So I hope you are going to perform this simple experiment in your home. Next experiment is of water takes up space. What is the aim? That we have to show that water takes up space. What are the things we are going to have? Glass bowl, a piece of thermocol, and water. Method: take an empty glass bowl, drop a pieces of thermocol into it. Thermocol will settle at the bottom of the bowl. So at first you have to take an empty glass bowl. Bowl means bati. Drop a few pieces of thermocol into it. Thermocol will settle at the bottom of the bowl. So you will find that thermocol will settle at the bottom of the bowl. Next you have to pour some water into the bowl. As the level of the water increases in the bowl, you will see the pieces of the thermocol also rising up. So in this experiment, the space used by thermocol is taken up by water. This explains that water takes up space. So with this simple experiment, I hope you can understand that water takes up space. The next experiment which we have with us is that water has no fixed shape and it takes the shape of the container it is put into. It is our aim. What is going to be our aim? That water has no fixed shape and it takes the shape of the container it is put in. What are the things we should have with us to perform this experiment? 3 glass containers of different shapes including 1 glass tumbler and water. Method: fill the glass container 1 with some water as you can see on the picture and mark the level 1 of the water. Pour water from the glass into container number 2. And this is our container number 2. Mark the level of the water. Now pour the same water back into the glass container number 1. Take glass 1 and pour water from it into container number 3. This is our container number 3. We have to mark the level of water. So by this simple experiment you can understand that water takes up the shape of the container it is put into. So try to perform these simple experiments, and if you have any doubt just let me know. Thank you.